Today I want to tell you the story of how my girlfriend, she was from Indonesia, how she ended up in a Hong Kong jail, how I got her out, and the bittersweet ending. And actually it was a little bit more bitter than sweet, but before I do this, greetings from KL, Kuala Lumpur here in Malaysia. Just spending here a few days and yeah, having a good time. Back to the story. I'm sharing this story the first time because it's kind of crazy. And meanwhile, while I'm sharing it, I am leading you through KLCC Park here next to the Petronas Twin Towers, a beautiful park where many people hang out, especially in the morning. It's a nice area. It was in 2006 when I worked in Hong Kong, sorry, in 2007 actually, when I already had been working in Hong Kong for over a year. And I met an Indonesian girl. She was a migrant worker, a domestic helper. There are many domestic helpers in Hong Kong, hundreds of thousands of Indonesian and Filipino women who work there to earn money to help their families. And I got together with one. Her name was Yanti, but she called herself Linda, and she was a domestic helper and worked for a Hong Kong family. But she told me that she wasn't happy there because her employer treated her really badly. She had to work like 18 hours a day, no off days, and these kind of things. So I knew that she didn't like it there, and I also knew that kind of her, I don't know, her visa expired, or I don't know, something was going on, but at the time I did not pay attention too much to her issues. She didn't move, I didn't move her in, but she spent a lot of time at my apartment. She basically lived there already. So we had, of course, contact on a day-to-day basis. And if she wasn't there, if she was working, then we texted, we called, we were in touch really on a daily basis, as it is common between boyfriend and girlfriend. And then came a time when she didn't call and she didn't text. Okay, the first day, second day, nothing, and then maybe on the third day I got a little worried, because this was unusual. I was really worried. And I think also during this time her best friend, forgot her name, also an Indonesian domestic helper, Inda was her name, I remember. She called me. I don't even know how she got my number, but she called me and asked me about my girlfriend, if I would know where she is and what about her whereabouts. And I couldn't tell her anything because I also was like, I wasn't looking for her, but I was wondering where she might be. So now, since her best friend also was now searching for her already, I got really worried, So I haven't heard from her in 2 or 3 days. She didn't reply her messages, no calls, nothing, And then her best friend also contacted me and asked what's going on, if I would know anything. I then decided to go to the police. Hong Kong is a big city, over 7 million inhabitants. It's a huge territory. And yeah, there are many police stations, as you can imagine, and I was at the time living near to a district. The district is called Wanchai, and some of you might know this district. That's the nightlife and entertainment district. This is also where I met my girlfriend, and I was living near that district. So out of all the options, I chose to go to the Wanchai police station, not because somebody recommended this police station to me, or not because I went there before or anything. It was sheer coincidence. And that's, by the way, is the Mandarin Oriental Hotel here in KL. So this was sheer coincidence that I picked the Wanchai police station because I wanted to report the case. And I went to the police. It was an evening, I remember. I went there. I went inside, and the officer inside asked me what my problem was, and I said, yeah, I'm looking for my girlfriend. And I gave the name, I think the full name, and I reported this to the, I think it was a lady officer there. And you know, you will not believe what happened. Then I think she checked something, and then she came back and told me, yeah, your girlfriend is here at this police station. I said, are you kidding me? I mean, of course I was happy, you know, so because I finally figured out where she is, and I knew that she is okay. But on the other hand, she was in detention in the police station. And before I continue the story, I want to let you know that I never ever had anything to do in my life with any kind of police. Yeah? Nothing. So she told me that my girlfriend is there, and I asked her what's going on and why and this and that, and then she told me, yeah, I think she got arrested because of overstaying her visa. And overstaying your visa in Hong Kong is a serious offense. They don't play around in Hong Kong. It's a serious offense. So they detained my girlfriend inside the Wanchai police station. And I was a little bit upset about this, you know. I asked her if I can see my girlfriend and talk to her. Yeah, they let me talk to her. I met her. And of course, I also was upset about my girlfriend. And I told her, you know, what the hell went wrong? What were you doing, and why are you here, and these kind of things, you know. But eventually I asked the police officer, what's the matter now? How is this going to continue? And the officer told me that now my girlfriend, since she overstayed her visa, she will be transferred to a detention pending deportation. I think I'm wrong. It's the wrong direction. They're gonna send her to a detention pending deportation facility. And when will that happen, I asked. And she said, yeah, during the next few days. So does it mean my girlfriend need to stay a couple of more days here in this police station? And the officer said, yes, most likely. And then after a couple of days, she will be transferred to this detention center. And then what's happened next? What's going to happen next? I asked. Yeah, then they will take it from there. Okay. Yeah, I had to leave. My girlfriend stayed at the Wanchai police station. There was no way to get her out. And yeah, I don't know, a few days later, she was already transferred to this detention center, a facility where many girls from all kinds of countries, Thailand, Philippines, Indonesia, were detained because of overstaying their visa and stuff like that. So I eventually visited this facility, and it was a real prison. I remember I went there to visit my girlfriend, and there were only you could only visit her during certain times. Yeah, I think once per week, like in the movie, like in a real jail, you know, like so. Once I entered this facility, I had to leave my bag, everything there, and then they escorted us into a room with these big glass walls there, you know, like where you can sit down, grab the telephone, and then you speak to a thick wall of glass with a telephone in your hand, you know, like in the movies, you know. I never experienced this before. And then I talked to her like for 30 minutes. And of course she was crying and all that kind of stuff. It was unreal, it was surreal. So after that I managed to talk to the case officer, because she had a case officer, and I asked this lady, the case officer, so what's going on, tell me, how is this going to play out and what can I do to help her? And she said, you know, yeah, she overstayed her visa, and there are two options. Option number one, she is going to court and then she will be sentenced. Option number two, you're gonna pay her, or you're gonna buy her a ticket to Indonesia, and then she will be gone. And by the way, I worked in this hotel many years ago. Not in this hotel, but at that company, Impiana Hotel. If you ever are in Kuala Lumpur, check out this hotel. Impiana Hotel is a nice hotel chain. They have several hotels in Malaysia. So yeah, two options. Either she is going to court and then most likely afterwards to jail, or I kind of bail her out and buy the ticket, and then she's fine. And that's what I did. I bought a ticket, well, one-way ticket of course, from Hong Kong to Jakarta, and then the deal was done. She was released, I think a few days later or a week later, and she got deported back to Jakarta, to Indonesia. All her belongings there were still in my apartment, I remember. A big fat suitcase and pictures and stuff. But anyway, what can we learn? Can we learn from this? Anything? Is there anything to learn? The only thing I would say at this moment is, whenever you happen to be in Hong Kong or maybe any other city, I don't know, think twice before you get involved with migrant workers or domestic helpers. I cannot go into much detail here now. I will shoot another video about this, about my experience with dating these ladies. All I want to say is this: most of them are actually good ladies, yeah, hard-working, but that's also the problem, because they are very, very busy. You will not see them very often. Many of these girls are in Hong Kong. I'm speaking of Hong Kong now because I worked there before. They are there because of family problems, of financial problems. Many of these girls, they have a story to tell already. They have a good reason why they are in Hong Kong. And not only that, once they arrive in Hong Kong, their traumatizing journey kind of continues, because many of these girls are then being abused physically, emotionally. They have to work very long hours, they don't get paid, they even get raped and beaten, they have to release their passports. This is again another topic for another video. So many of these domestic helpers, these migrant worker ladies, they have psychological issues resulting from this bad experience in Hong Kong, working in Hong Kong for these employers, you know. So once you meet these ladies or start to date them, you are probably dating a not so psychologically healthy person. She has a lot of baggage to carry with her. And I think this was also the case with my girlfriend at the time. I don't know whether she told me the truth or not. I also didn't ask. This is too long ago now, and at the time I also was not interested so much in that kind of issues. But just be careful when you get involved with these ladies. When I say be careful, I don't mean like you have to be afraid or scared of these ladies. No, but just take this advice here and think twice, and you know, and really get to know these ladies. This is what I want to say. You know, get to know these ladies very well if you can, but you won't have a chance most likely, because they have only one off day on Sundays usually, if the employer is behaving correctly. Yeah. Most of the girls, they don't even can take the off day because their stupid employers, they don't allow it. So they have to work like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month straight, even months straight. Yeah. Anyway, a topic for another video. So yeah, that's the story. And yeah, what's the bittersweet ending? I almost forgot. When I phoned her, actually I think she phoned me once she arrived in Indonesia. There was a time when she phoned me and we talked. And then she told me the entire story. So yeah, they basically escorted her straight from the Hong Kong jail to the airport, you know. This is what they do with criminals, you know. She's not just checking in regularly and then is going to the boarding gate and that kind of stuff, walking through the duty-free area. No. She was deported directly from the jail to the plane. They made sure this person is entering the airplane and is never coming back. If you overstay your visa in Hong Kong, and depending on your case and depending on the severity, you get blacklisted for at least 1, 2, or maybe even 5 years. It means you cannot enter Hong Kong. But here's the story. In one of these phone conversations, a few weeks after she left Hong Kong, I kind of found out, this is what I thought at the time, that she got a new job in Indonesia, and what I figured was that she was like working in a bar, like a bar girl job or something like that. That's what I thought at the time, based on some clues I got, you know. And I'm not even sure if I asked her or not, but I was so upset about this that I quit, that I quit this relationship basically, you know, because I couldn't stand that idea that my girlfriend is working as a bar girl in Indonesia just to make some money. No, I was not a big fan of this. So basically that's the bittersweet ending. It's more bitter than sweet. And that's the last I heard of her, basically. That's the story how my girlfriend at the time ended up in a Hong Kong jail. Thanks for watching. Looking forward to your comments. And then I'm gonna see you in one of my next videos. Take care, bye bye.